Listen, the most dangerous people in the room are never the loud ones. They're the silent ones. The ones who observe quietly, learn deeply, and strike only when the world least expects it. And today, I'm going to tell you the secret psychology behind why people who talk less always end up achieving more. Sometimes, the people who say the least are the ones you should never underestimate. Because while the world is talking, they're quietly preparing to win. The quiet power of focus and intent. Most people don't realize it, but silence is not emptiness. Silence is strength. In a world where everyone is rushing to speak, rushing to prove a point, rushing to show off their opinions, the one who remains calm, the one who stays quiet, is often the one who has already begun winning from within. Talking less is not about shyness, and it's definitely not about weakness. It's about choosing your battles. It's about protecting your energy. It's about investing your time in growth instead of gossip. People who talk less understand something most people ignore. Every word has a cost. Every conversation has a price. And every moment wasted on pointless talk is a moment that could have been used to build something powerful. Winners know this. That's why they choose silence. They use it to observe. They use it to listen. They use it to understand the world around them deeply before making their move. They watch others talk themselves out of opportunities. They watch people reveal their plans too early. They watch competitors waste their time complaining while they themselves work quietly in the background. They don't need attention. They don't need applause. They don't need validation. Because they know something magical happens when you stop talking too much. You begin to hear your own inner voice. You begin to recognize what truly matters. You begin to grow in ways others can't see. And then one day, you show up with results powerful enough to speak for you. That's the psychology of quiet achievers. They don't talk about the mountain they're climbing. One day, they just appear at the top. Why winners stay silent during their rise? Silence is not absence. Silence is strategy. The people who achieve the most in life understand that talking about goals triggers a small dose of satisfaction, a fake sense of progress. It tricks your brain into feeling like you've already achieved something. But quiet people don't fall into that trap. They don't announce their dreams to the world. They don't share every step they're taking. They don't brag about the grind. They simply get to work day after day while everyone else is busy seeking approval. Winners talk less because they know real success demands privacy. Growth requires isolation. Progress needs stillness. When you talk less, you protect your dreams from negativity, you protect your plans from envy, and you protect your energy from people who don't want to see you rise. Quiet achievers have mastered their emotions. They don't react to every insult. They don't argue with everyone who disagrees with them. They don't waste their strength proving their worth. They understand that reacting is easy, but staying calm is power. They focus on actions, not arguments. They focus on improvement, not impression. They focus on consistency, not attention. And because of this, they move differently. They grow silently, build silently, learn silently, and transform silently. And when the world finally sees them, it looks like an overnight success, but it's not. It's thousands of silent days, thousands of quiet sacrifices, thousands of moments of hidden discipline. Talking less doesn't make you invisible, it makes you unstoppable. The quiet mindset that creates extraordinary lives. If you want to achieve more, start by speaking less. Not because silence magically brings success, but because silence creates the space for success to grow. When you talk less, you think more clearly. When you talk less, you act with more intention. When you talk less, you choose your path with precision. Winners understand that every word carries energy, so they choose their words carefully. They don't speak to be heard. They speak only when it matters. Their silence makes their presence stronger. Their silence makes their actions louder. And their silence allows them to move through life with purpose. This mindset transforms ordinary people into extraordinary ones. It teaches you patience. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you emotional control. It teaches you to observe the world with depth instead of rushing to react. And once you master this silent strength, you begin noticing everything others miss: opportunities, patterns, behaviors, weaknesses, strengths. You start understanding people without them realizing it. You start navigating challenges without panic. You start solving problems others complain about. And slowly your life begins to align. Not because you spoke more, but because you grew more. Not because you shouted your dreams, but because you protected them. Not because you wanted attention, but because you wanted transformation. Remember this: people who talk less have more time to work, and people who work more eventually achieve more. Let your silence become your power. Let your actions become your voice. Let your growth become your story. And let your results speak louder than anything you could ever say. Because the world listens differently when a quiet person finally decides to rise. And in the end, let your silence build the life your words could never create. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and of course, subscribe for more awesome content.